these shots. I'm going to start it off at, what the results are in a second here. I'm going to have to calculate exposure. As you can see straight down to our right here, we have this nice rock line and then just a beautiful Golden Gate Bridge. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to yet another King James video. Now today we're going to be talking about something that took me almost 2 years to complete, from the start of January 2020 all the way up to April 2022. So for those of you guys who follow me over on Instagram, you guys know that I have already released and announced my project Hiatus, which is a zine that I am releasing on a body of work that was created between, again, 2020 and 2022. Now, I haven't really made an official announcement video on YouTube. I just started out with Instagram, and then, now I'm realizing that maybe I should post it up on my YouTube channel, just because this is where I have most of my following. So here is kind of a formal announcement video for my new project, Hiatus. Okay, so before we start, if you guys want to pre-order the zine, go ahead and click the link in the description below. The pre-order went up yesterday, and in just 24 hours, we sold through about half. So this is a limited edition print run. There's only gonna be 200 printed right now, and at the moment, half of them are gone. So if you guys want to get on the pre-order, click the link in the description below and snag your copy. And after we talk a little bit about my new zine, I'm going to be showing you guys some of my past zines. I have both of these ready to go for you and ready to share, and I want to give you guys a first-hand experience at what these zines look like. All right, so Hiatus started in January of 2020. It initially started off really as a black and white body of work, and it focused pretty much on documenting the daily interactions of light in the city and the people that lived in there. I was super obsessed with kind of photographing this dance that people had with the light around them, and how they could walk through a frame and create almost poetic like imagery. And so for 3 months I created that body of work, and it seemed like everything was coming together. Now, of course, with the pandemic hitting, it put a halt to the project because there was pretty much nobody outdoors anymore, and everyone was kind of staying in. And after a couple of months with no goals in sight, I realized that, I had to hang up the camera for a while and just take a hiatus, because that photo series was just not going to happen. So I ended up abandoning the entire project. I just scrapped it completely. So fast forward to where everything starts to open up again. I wanted to go out and photograph and maybe continue that project, but after kind of feeling it out for about a week or two, it just wasn't clicking the same. And so I initially just wanted to take a complete hiatus from street photography and direct my focus over into just documenting my surroundings, being isolated away from people, and really kind of just get out there with my camera. And throughout this entire thing, I documented this process on my YouTube channel. So from the start of January 2020 all the way through now, all of those videos that we have created on locations in Big Sur, Yosemite, you guys are going to see very soon here, Monument Valley, Grand Canyon, Salt Lake City, all of these different places were, kind of an extension for me to get out with my camera. Now, it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago, I looked at my desk, and I always made sure that after every photo trip that I made, if there was a photograph that I liked from that roll, or, from the files, if I was shooting digital, I'd get them printed out into these 5x7 prints, and I would just stack them up on the corner of my desk. And about after 2 years, the stack kind of, got pretty thick, and I picked it up and realized that, without knowing it, I created a body of work. So pretty much my hiatus was the seed for this entire project. In the process of kind of taking a step back, I took another step forward. And so that is kind of what was special about this project for me. And I'm honestly really honored to be able to present this project to you guys today. So if you guys want to check out Hiatus, again, you guys, the pre-order link is going to be down in the description below to where you can pick it up. Zines are estimated to ship in May. So check it out, limited run, a lot of cool stuff on that website. Honestly, I am so excited for you guys to see this project. It's what I feel like my best color work up to date. So check it out. Now, a couple of extra details about the zine though before we talk about these two. The new zine is actually going to have a different approach. In the past, I've done full bleed, which is, you know, all the way through the top and bottom with color. This new zine is going to be full bleed as well, but there are going to be some pages with a little bit of white around it. So you guys will see what I'm talking about if you click the link in the preview. But the new zine is actually going to be perfect bound. So rather than it being saddle stitch like my previous zines, this one is actually going to have binding here going down the side. On top of that, it's going to have 100-pound text, which is super thick kind of photo paper here, and it's going to have UV coating. And so overall, the quality of this zine, I'm trying my best to, you know, take up a notch and deliver something that is going to last. The zines that I've done in the past, they have definitely been made with quality, but for the new one, I want to go above and beyond. And so I really took my time to do a little bit of research on, you know, printing and, you know, where to go for it, and really just try to make the best possible zine with the means that I have. So, okay, so these are my two past zines. In 2019, I brought you guys Crosswalk, which was a zine based on San Francisco crosswalks. Here is the front cover right here. Now, I believe I made about 100 of these, photographic exploration of San Francisco crosswalks. Now, most of you guys know this project because of this image right here. So this came out of Crosswalk, and if you guys have ever seen this one here, it's been featured in the San Franciscan magazine. It's also, you know, just been featured on a ton of different like sites, interviews and whatnot. But this photograph was made in front of the Ferry building, and surprisingly, this was shot on my Leica M2 with a 35mm Voigtlander lens. Excuse me, this was before I got the Summicron and Lomo 800. So I'll show you guys a couple of photos from the zine, but I won't be able to show you guys all of it for time constraint reasons. But you know, here's a quick little preview, and this is what I mean. It wasn't full bleed. The photographs all kind of had a white border, similar to how I upload my photographs on Instagram. Here's another set right here. I hope you guys can see that, and that's not too bright. Another one. Also, side note, I have been suffering with allergies, man. Jeez. Anybody got allergies? I got allergies. So yeah, that was Crosswalk, and the entire thing was, you know, during that time period, I found myself always photographing at crosswalks. I don't know why. Maybe it was just the passing of people going across the street and how there were, you know, interesting subjects on each side of the street. But I also think it was just the rhythm of everything. All right, so that's Crosswalk. And then in 2020, we developed Philippines. So a little backstory, in 2019 we went to the Philippines, but I wasn't able to release the zine because we went out in December and we got back in January, so technically 2020. So this zine was full bleed. All that means, you guys, is from corner to corner there is color. The Philippine zine honestly was extremely interesting. I don't know if you guys can see that here. There were a ton of images in here where I tried to experiment with not only my style, but also just developing a more colorful kind of book. So, you know, right off the bat, you're gonna see these insane colors from the Philippines. Everything over there seems a lot more vibrant. You know, it's an island in the Pacific, and there's a bunch of jeepneys. There's a ton of different things out there. Like, all of the window panes all had different colors. I don't know if you guys can see that right here, but the Philippines is absolutely beautiful. If you guys didn't know, I am Filipino, and so being able to go out there and just document just the beauty of you know, the different scenes that you might come across. So, you know, half of the zine you'll see kind of like city life, and then the other half you're gonna see a bunch of like almost like landscapey, I want to say like white sand beach scenes. So you get a lot of this stuff right here. So this is out on a boat in the water. Same with this one right here. And then perhaps the most famous photograph from this zine is the cover photograph. So this was actually taken in Palawan, and what's crazy is this was a sunrise, and I woke up early just to get up. I didn't even think twice about making this photograph. I just walked through on the beach, just trying to get some fresh air, and I think these are mangroves, but the mangrove was just completely illuminated by the sun, created this extremely dramatic scene. So that was probably the most, popular photograph from this series. So there's a quick little look into my 2 past zines. And for any of you guys who have either of those, comment down below, and also really quick, just thank you for your support from the past. So, I'm always striving to create new and better things, and this new zine hiatus, I'm really trying to take it up a notch and deliver. So if you guys want to check that zine out, click link in the description below, man. I'm very, very excited for this one, and I'm ready to show all of you guys this project. So that's gonna wrap it up for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, this has been King James. Minolta Gang, I forgot.